Hello, beautiful people and fellow whiners, and welcome. To another, to another episode of A Little Something, the number 2, Wine About with your hostesses, with the toastesses, Siobhan Camille. Hey, y'all.
And Tae Michelle.
Where sips get real and we wine while we wine. Grab a glass of your favorite red, white Pinot d'Agua and join us on the couch. It is third Wednesday, and this is the Wine with the Guys. We brought the OG guys back, and we're going to talk about manhood and masculinity myths, y'all. We're going to address some of these myths. We're going to have fellas tell us some of the myths that's out here. And I'm curious because I was on YouTube, aside real quick. I was on YouTube. By the way, if you're listening to this, you should just come on over to YouTube. Hi, we're on here.
Yeah, you see all Siobhan's curls. She's curly.
Yeah, I'm curly today. But no, it was this thing on YouTube, and it was a woman talking about it. She was like, men being lonely and all this stuff. And it was a whole bunch of dudes that was just like going in on it was interesting. It was interesting.
I mean, I saw something too. I watched Patrick Cloud. He's a comedian. He's funny. And he brought up this thing that was going around, supposed to went viral about things that masculine men shouldn't do. And when I say I was like, huh? What? So and he was even like, what? This doesn't make sense. So we want to talk about some of these myths.
We're going to talk about some of these myths on today. On today, as they say in the church house places. On today.
In the hood, they say, in this right here.
In this right here.
In this right here. In this right here episode.
We're going to do this conversation. And I only say that because my Brazilian friend said that this girl was like, yeah, I do coffee. And she was like, I don't think that's right. She meant make. I said, whoa. You could do
coffee. I do tea. Like legit tea. Not I mean.
In your bathroom trash can. Here.
Then you put it in mine.
Then put it in this.
Y'all be real parents around here, so please don't get it twisted. You will see the side.
You will hear the parenting happening.
The parental. Okay? You will also get parental experience, okay? Period. Parenting does not stop, okay?
I would say parental discretion is advised. No.
I'm not going to say that because I guarantee you whatever we saying, somebody else's kids probably need to hear. So...
I got a song playing in my head.
Like I said, so grab a glass of your favorite red, white Pinot d'Agua and join us on the couch.
On the couch. That like
the couch in the clouds. Yeah,
the couch in the couch.
Couch. Hey, y'all. Hope y'all having a productive week. It has been an adventure, as you can tell, for us. But we here. We back at it. And here we go again. And all that jazz. For those who are new, this part of the show is our Poppy Grapes experience. It just simply means we are trying a new wine for the first time. And be sure you stick with us till the end to get our Poppy Grapes experience wine review, our cheers to that wine review. So you can hear, what our thought process is on these lovely wines. And here's some good stuff in between there about this here topic, okay? So, Sissy Le Beaufort, what is your Poppy Grapes experience today, if you are having one?
So yes, for this here local April, I'm back in Maryland, so this is Maryland wine. Y'all know I had New York. Far Eastern Shore Winery, which is down the street from us. This is their Lotus.
Like the flower. No.
Yeah, I really like it because I just like the name Lotus, so that's why we bought this. It's got some stuff on the back. We'll get into that. It's a white for those who aren't watching. And I'm looking forward to trying their Lotus because we had their autumn and their autumn was really good.
Okay, that's great. We have on hand it's a Virginia wine. We are not in Virginia, but we are in the DMV.
It counts. The V counts.
DMV matters. And this is a 2021 Chardonnay made by Jefferson Dreams.
I have a dream today.
I was trying to see if there's some, it's words on the back. Oh, yeah, it got a description of the Chardonnay. Okay. Y'all know that's not traditional Tae Michelle style. So we'll see. Like, it's like 2 paragraphs. It's like one about the winery, the other one about the Chardonnay. So it got some stuff on it. It got a book on the back. Okay. So here we go.
Y'all ready to no longer be taste bud virgins?
Taste.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh Lord.
That's, yep, that happened. Okay, so, all right, Siobhan. What is your first myth you got to ask the guys? We just going to jump
Today, I was on YouTube and it's this woman named Courtney and she was talking about there's a rise in men that are lonely or whatever. And I didn't listen. I'm almost saying I didn't listen. It was suggested, I didn't listen. I went straight to the comments because I don't want to hear. And this one dude actually said it, like, yo, she's a woman. Like, while I get what she's doing, like, you still can't. I want to hear what men folk had to say. And a lot of them in the comments were like this. It was stated, this was like the running, because, you get the theme. The running theme in the comments was that men do not feel comfortable sharing their emotions or feelings with girlfriends. It really wasn't about wives. I would hope that you back by that point. But girlfriends, because they felt that the minute a man shows vulnerability, that's when his girlfriend goes to go find somebody else, because women see vulnerability as a sign of weakness. And you, of course, had women in the comments that were like, oh, no, that's not true. You gotta do like, yes, it is with my experience. And I'm not invalidate. Don't invalidate my experience. To that point, true. Don't do that, ladies. Don't invalidate his experience. But I was just like, interesting. So it was that. So I have my own personal thoughts on it, but I'd like to hear
too. I do too.
Hear from the fellas. Damn, everybody reached for the glass. Why when I ask one of the guys questions, you guys know that they always go straight for the glass? It's a little janky. I'm sorry.
I'm going to answer for you.
Hold on. I feel like Marsha should answer first because I know my.
Why I can't answer the question?
I didn't say you couldn't.
I don't know what you started drinking over here, so maybe
I'm gonna answer
it.
Okay.
In my perspective on it. My perspective on it is yes, and this speaks for depending on who the woman is. A lot of times, us as men, we don't want to be vulnerable with our significant other for the fact that if you choose the wrong one to be vulnerable with, they will weaponize it. Not only will some women feel like, I didn't see this vulnerable moment. Now I feel like he's not as strong to me as he appeared. But they will later come up where now we get in this argument, and let's say I'm winning the argument because I have valid points. Now you weaponize and you throw up something that I gave you in confidence back in my face, which means 9 out of 10 times, I'm probably never going to tell you anything along that level again. So now you're completely out of that box. So we may be together, but you're never going to get that piece of me ever again for anything else that'll make me feel vulnerable. So it all depends because not all women do it, but there are some that do it, and men and women alike. There are some that do it where I told you a secret that I felt because I felt safe with you. And then you just showed me, you throw it back up. Now I don't feel safe with you when it comes to my secrets.
Facts. I mean, it's society and everything else has us painted as just being a hard creature. That's what you're supposed to be. Women don't go and look for the softest man. They don't go look for the crying man. They might say that that's a feature that's okay, but it takes the right connection to ever see that side. I can honestly say everybody has not seen that side of me. Period. There's nobody that can really comment except for this person right here. And she's been around me for a lot. But it just takes a level of comfort to even get to that point. A lot of times, if we ever get to the point where we feel like we're about to break, we go hard. And it's not a pretty picture. We change what that emotion is because we're taught and we're trained to change.
A lot of time, pain turns to anger for us because that's what we've been taught to display. Now, you can't be weak. So instead of me feeling like I'm soft now I get mad. Now I'm angry. Now I'm hard again. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we are saying that narrative is correct.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think that is something that only males do, or is that something that you see females do as well? They have that same mentality.
I've seen women do it, but I don't want to say, it's more acceptable.
Yes. Yeah.
It's more acceptable for a woman to be than a man, if that makes any sense.
It's more acceptable for a woman. I'm sorry, say it again. For
a woman to be, I don't want to say play victim because that's not the right word, but to be
emotionally vulnerable, is more acceptable for you guys.
Because I'll tell you what, you see, and I'm a little different because I'm gonna put it like this. I know Rob. So if I see Rob crying, there's something wrong. I don't care what anybody got going on. I'm going to Rob to figure out what has just happened in this universe that has put you there. But if there's some random dude on the street, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be like, oh, you punk ass bitch. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can say that on there. But he may be treated on that level. Or it might be, he must be really going through something. And keep it pushing. But let one of y'all cry and see how many people are truly coming to, hey, what's up? What's going on? Well, men, kind of. At least the ones that...
And that's why I asked that question.
Well, I'll put it like this, but that's how society paints it.
Here's what I will say.
I don't think so. See, that's why I asked that question to a certain extent. Hold on, this is what I say. Hold on. This is why I say what I say, because as a woman, yes, you would think we are supposed to be the smaller not smaller. We're supposed to be the softer creatures, lean into our femininity and all of that stuff. However, as a woman, we feel that way too. If I show this guy how vulnerable I am, he takes that as a sign of weakness. And now he can take that and try to gaslight, manipulate, me in my train of thought and my ways and, who I am. So we have those same things. We have those same thoughts. So that's why I asked that, because I think sometimes in situations like this, we're played against each other, when in actuality, we're the same.
I agree. That was my thing was this when I heard these things, when I read these comments, was two things came to my mind. Number one, because somebody was like, some guy, and it wound up being guys against it wound up being watching guys in these comments go at each other, which was nice because usually a woman inserts herself, and there were a couple, but inserts herself, and then it becomes man versus woman. And there was a guy who was like, yo, y'all chose, if this woman is manipulating you, to the husband's point, you chose the wrong woman. Like, get a different shit. Don't generalize all women because of one bad experience. And of course, then people were coming at him about no, because it's easier to play victim. Male and female, men and women both do this. If you go, no, it's not my fault, it's that person's fault. Or it's not even just that person individually, it's women who do this. It's men who do this. Instead of, I chose wrong, that probably, I chose wrong. I put my trust in the wrong person. I acknowledge that, as we said in Trusting After Trauma, I acknowledge my responsibility part, and I'm going to change that. What I also will say, and I found it funny in reading this, was because the person, Courtney is white. Most of these dudes in this comments are probably white. I have to look and say, my experience as a Black woman ain't been there. Because the culture, as a Black woman, I've heard many a time in my life, man up as a woman. I've been told as a woman to man up.
And my response to that is, I'm not a man.
But that is part of the culture, and that's why when I heard, because even dudes were like, women get away with, being emotional. Women get away with playing. Women get away with X, Y, and Z. I was like, yes, but no. Like, it get, as a Black woman in this country, it get on its fine dancing line because our culture does not abide.
Lines get blurred.
They get real blurred because our culture doesn't abide by weakness in anybody, man, woman, or child. It really doesn't. So that's another reason to her point of us pitted against each other, because general society, general American society will say women, as women, we should be able to be soft. But internally, the Black community says, don't you dare. Because of everything she said, you will be extremely taken advantage of. Everybody sees a sign of weakness and they attack it. So I think that's where we, as Black people specifically, tend to have a whole lot of issues, is because both parties are trying to man up, because both groups are being told to man up. I don't cry around nobody. You would have to be a special type of somebody. I think Michelle has seen me cry twice in the amount of times that I've known her, because you got to.
And with my emotional self, I was like, oh shit.
Because I know, man, like I don't, and I do, but I'm more prone to cry out of anger, and that's why I understand pain turning to anger. So I understand and I empathize with dudes. But that was just my little question pivot. So thank you, fellas, for
okay.
So
Wine is strong.
I think this will be a little bit lighter. This will be a lot on a lighter tip. So like I was saying, I was watching the day with Patrick Cloud, and he had a list. So I'm gonna just pick one of the things off the list. And when I heard it, I was like, what? It was like men going to brunch with their guy friends is not masculine.
No.
How do you truth or false?
What type of brunch? I'll say that because, and the reason I say that is because
I'm not talking about drag brunch.
No, but that's not what I'm talking about. See, because we've been to some brunches where I could see myself being like, yo, we can go here with the fellas, like where it's an all you can eat type thing. It's a big smorgasbord. It's an open bar. You know what I'm saying? So you're not sipping mimosas all morning.
But the question is, you call it brunch?
No, but that's what I'm saying. He was like, most bottomless mimosas, this, that, and the other. Like, of course, at most brunches you can get.
But that's what people think about when they say, "Oh, we going to brunch." You think automatically bottomless mimosas. But for most men, if we're drinking mimosa, most of the time we with our woman.
Right.
When we not with our woman, we not drinking no damn mimosa. We drinking whiskey. Bring me a bourbon. Tequila. Like, and the funny thing is we'll be in there just as long as you guys are in there. And that's because we in there cutting up. Like, we in there going back and forth talking trash. We done seen somebody walk in, we talking trash about them. Like, we telling stories. Like, that's what we do. So to me, it's very masculine, because it's one of them things where you can get out with your guy friends and enjoy yourself, relax and release. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we need that. I feel like we need that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many times where a lot of times you're working so much, you don't get that.
That's fact.
You don't get that.
Facts.
And sometimes that 2 hours, that shit can make a world of difference. You turn around and be good for the next 2 weeks. And you be sitting there like, what's so funny? You have to think about something we talked about at breakfast last week, man. Well, what was it? No, it wasn't for you. Put that combo in your head, like, man, that was fun.
I'll agree. I've never been to a brunch with a bunch of dudes, though, so I don't know. And the first one that walks in and goes, hey, I'm out. Like, I just want to let you know I'm out. I ain't there for that.
I feel like if some of y'all got together and one of y'all walked in and said, hey, all y'all would do something, like, sit your ass down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Either that, no one else, we probably would respond back with the same, hey, sit down.
You know, like, because y'all should do it, and then she's going to be like, But so to that point, like when he was saying that, he was saying it was funny because he was like, I like mimosas. I was like, right. Who said mimosas had to be a girly drink? Because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because
it
comes in a flute bag. That's why.
It's bubbly.
That's why. That's why.
It's in the
we make, but I'm with you.
I drink champagne out of champagne flutes on New Year's Eve. It's not a girl drink.
I drink out the bottle.
No, you don't.
I'm a nigga.
I think part of it though is I'll be to that point because we've been like I'm thinking of where me, you, and Eureka went for brunch in December. I don't see them going there. 2 years. But when we all went for brunch with like mom and pop to where the waffles, the buffet, I could see them just going. Half note, yeah.
Where I took her last year, I can see us going there.
So I think part of it is also ambiance, honestly, and I think that's understated as we get older, but it's true. The look of a place can change some things. If you got green, pink drapery.
Yeah, I'm walking out. Wow.
But why did they have like the best chicken and waffles or the best grits or like the best?
They still not going by themselves.
I'm not going. We're going to call y'all.
We're going to say we got a table of 8 and there's 4 of us and everybody got a 10 between them. Now I feel comfortable again.
Right.
I told you I would check it later.
Oh, goodness. No, but like, and so when he said it, I was like, well, do I understand brunch at one point was definitely advertised as something, the girls can get together and do. But I feel like over the years, it has definitely evolved into a quote unquote unisex activity.
I feel like it needs to be stated. It needs to be stated again. If we walk in and this is like, the pretty flowers, the pink drapes, and the.
If I walk in, I hear you at the drag show in 30 minutes. Whoa, yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to a drag show.
Right.
Check, please. This was never on advertising.
I feel like the only place that's acceptable is Vegas.
I have no interest whatsoever in seeing that. That's just not my cup of tea. I had known plenty of people to go to them. And I will always tell them, y'all have fun, call me afterwards if y'all do something else. I don't want to see that. That's me. I don't like drag shows. I can't do that. I've been
to a bunch of drag shows. They've been
yes.
They've been fun.
I can't do that.
So it's out in Vegas. They don't necessarily state, well, at least years ago, they didn't state it was a drag show. They just said it was a free brunch or free food. And when you're out in Vegas, finding free food doesn't really work. I just remember being there like years ago and was like, oh man, everybody's standing in line. And I was just like, yo, that's a really dude looking chick. That's just, God, she got shoulders. And I remember sitting down and everybody was getting ready and this thing came out doing this. And I was like, oh, we at the wrong show. Hey, hurry up, eat, guys. Hurry up, eat. Ain't gonna leave no food.
I'm wasting my plate, but I ain't going back.
Because they like to come out and interact with the audience.
I don't have the right vibes for that. I don't have the right vibes for that. You would definitely know that I felt like I was out of place. I
food real quick, like, hey, free food.
Yeah. I probably would have I wouldn't even have ate. Like that's what I'm saying. For me, that's just not my thing. I would have been like, and it's at this moment I'm done. I'm ready to go. Like I don't want anything else.
I'm saying it ain't too much that's gonna stop me from eating.
The difference between us.
They were over there. I'm right here. Huh?
Food,
I ain't got
food. Food is food.
Well, if food is food, then the ambiance
The ambiance was really.
Here's the thing. If I walk in and ain't got a plate yet and I see it, then I'm not getting the plate. Once I sat down to my plate, I'm committed to my plate.
Yeah, I got the food now.
The commitment.
Because the question becomes, can we walk out with this? We can't. I'm going to stand over by the door.
Okay.
So another question for masculine myths and such. How much of your self-value is based on your sexual prowess. I'm trying to find the real adult way to say that without
You saw my eyes.
How much are you saying? How much is in how many women you slept with?
I'm saying in how many women in the ability to reproduce, because I know many dudes that are like, oh, I'm not getting cut and snipped because
Well,
that.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, the reproduction part, that's anybody can do that. Yeah, most men, not all, but most men can do that. So to me, that doesn't make you masculine, quote unquote. It makes you a man, biologically. It makes you a man.
Right.
But that doesn't make you masculine. But as far as conquering women, I feel like that's society thing, because I wasn't even taught that growing up, even with watching, my sperm donor, travel from chick to chick. But no, it's just, what I do understand is the appetite for as a straight man, and depending on what it is that you do, a lot of times I think a lot of females don't realize that, the more active a man is, it raises those levels. A lot of times the more active we are, the more horny we are. Like, it gets to a point where, like, if I'm working out 2-3 times a day, and I happen to be around a female, yes, I'm definitely gonna be a little triggered, like, And if I'm around my female, I'm even more triggered. So it's not that it's the only thing on my mind, it's those levels then rose up. What do you want me to do?
Okay.
I mean, he said a mouthful then. Nah, I don't know. I remember being around guys that was like, oh man, I got her. And I'm like, you have to catch something. First thing I said was, you gonna catch something. Oh man, I was with her last night. I got her. She coming up. I'm like, damn, yeah, man, I'm out here. I'm big in the streets, and I'm just like, dang, like, I've always been the type man. I guess it is like a conquest thing when it comes to the woman you desire. When it comes to the woman you desire, and you find it as a challenge, especially if you find it as a challenge.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you do. I've definitely had my moments on that. I won't say I haven't. I've definitely had my moments on that. And sometimes the bad thing, and that's men and women, sometimes that one you desire may not even be technically available, but it's still one of them, watch, I can still get her.
Yeah,
there's a lot of satisfaction in the chase. You know what I'm saying? If you can chase it and you get your prey,
I will give it to the chase. That may be the thing. The chase.
Okay.
We're
gonna say cheers to the chase. We're gonna say cheers.
I will definitely say this when it comes to that too, and we're all adults here. So when it comes to being in the bedroom, if you ain't getting no satisfaction, yeah, that could possibly bring that.
I can't get no.
I think one of the worst things about the chase is if you finally get to the bedroom and you find out that joint is trash. Like the biggest disappointment. Especially if it's somebody like you had your eye on, you was like, oh man, if she let me, I'ma do X, Y, Z, and then you get a chance and you like, it wasn't even worth it.
How did I get here?
I did all that for what? If you one of them later on, you be like, why is this dude still running behind her? And I done been there, and it's not that great. Like,
well, what may not be great to you may be awesome to him.
Facts. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
There you go. And we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that right there. No, I got nothing.
Oh.
Cheers to the chase. That's where I'm stuck at. Cheers to the chase.
Cheers to the
Okay.
chase.
Cheers to the chase.
To the chase. And okay, well, there you have that. So, damn.
Don't answer the questions if you're not ready for it.
I didn't ask the question.
I was ready. I just okay.
Oh, we're jumping back.
Oh, she
Oh,
wasn't
the direction.
ready. I wasn't ready.
The street I was going down, I didn't quite know the house we were stopping at. That's all I'm.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, got you. So, in reference, what? Okay, so all right, masculinity myths we talking about, right? Truths and myths. Colors, because we've mentioned it already. You're not going in a place, according to you two, not all men, not all straight men. You're not going into a place that has flowers and pink curtains to eat brunch with your guy friends. So, with that being said, when we start talking and thinking,
at the same time.
At the same damn time.
when we start thinking colors, you know, guys saying, I'm not wearing this color, it's a girl color, it's a boy color. What are your thoughts on that? Is that true or is that true or false? Is there a girl color? Is there a boy color? Like,
Or just general aesthetics. Like what are masculine and feminine aesthetics?
Yes. Yes. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. Y'all know it's true. Yes, it's true. That's why at gender reveals, you don't see gender neutral colors. Blue if it's a boy, pink if it's a girl.
Right.
Period. Some men are comfortable wearing pink. I'm not that man. I'm not putting my sons in pink.
Nope.
I'm not wearing pink. I had like one purple shirt. And it was a dress shirt, but it's one of those things that for me, no. And I understand the whole you get ready to dress up, you want to put on a different color. And that's casual. Everyday wear, you're not going to catch me in no pink or purple.
No.
You may not even catch me in the yellow because that's still a soft color to me. Everybody has a difference in opinion. But yellow is a soft color to me. So the pastels.
It depends on the yellow for me, but you're not going to see me out here looking like a straight bumblebee. So
no neon, no
black
neon.
and yellow, black and yellow.
no,
Oh no, wait, I'm still a fan. Sorry.
You know, I had some soccer shoes once upon a time that was like tennis ball, yellow, green, whatever color that is. That was there.
That's right.
Purple, but that's a color. That's a royal color. So I guess I see purple and I think royalty. So
it depends on the purple. The purple that I had on for your birthday was fine. It was more of a darker.
It was a darker purple. Like, but that's what's funny about it. Like, because when I was going to pledge, you know, in college, it was going to be Q. And we know they purple and gold.
Right.
But like I said, it's that dark, rich purple. Yep. It's not that pastel purple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one of it's not that Easter bunny purple. I don't
man.
It's lavender. It's lavender. That's my favorite color. Purple is lavender.
Lavender and lilac. My favorite is the deep purple. I like deep purple.
Yeah. I am. My favorite color is your fuchsia pink and your lavender purple. Those are my favorite colors.
The only time I wear
wedding colors.
The only time that I wear pink is that little bow that you get for the breast cancer awareness. Because I am here for the ladies.
Oh, you here for the top?
He's here for
the ladies.
I mean, because men have breast cancer.
The ladies,
I want them on a lady. I definitely want them on a lady. But
yes. So
he calls them the ladies.
The ladies. I call them the ladies.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
I call them the twins.
Look, too many people use that, so I call them the ladies.
The ladies.
On my lady. That's what So I put the little bow on. That's what you get. I wear it all month too if you want. I'm a true supporter. So
where do you put the bow at?
Wherever
She wants.
Wherever she wants me to put it.
Oh, God.
I say that, but I'm gonna tell you what. If she say, "Hey, look, put it on your back pocket," okay, we're done. Not playing the game anymore. Yeah.
Don't say that, Shaw.
Just saying.
Want to
Just saying.
Whatever.
Put the pink breast candy bow on your back pocket.
I'm not going to tell you to sit on this. I'm not too much there. There's too much that I'm not going to say.
So why do you think? Okay, so what makes you look at a color and say, okay, this is masculine and this is not?
Programming.
Yes, definitely.
Point programming. So that's just what it is.
Definitely programming.
You know, when we
had real cartoons.
When Cam came out with the pink fur on, I was like, no, this nigga didn't.
I remember that.
Yeah, I did too. He had that, and then he put the pink old schools on. And I was like, oh, you gone there. Then he went and got the pink Lambo, and I was like,
he got all pink everything.
I was like, he's gone.
We gonna blame it on Cameron. Cameron started it, you know.
Well, what about the Pink Panther? The Pink Panther was very masculine. That by mistake in the trouble.
But he can't help his skin color.
Right. Right. He was born that way.
All right, that was a skin color thing. We can't do nothing about that.
Oh, okay. So there's exceptions. It could be for a cartoon skin.
Yeah. Can't do nothing about that.
That was one of my favorite cartoons.
And they made him pink because they didn't want to make him black.
Well,
because the Pink Panther wasn't it. Look at all the shit he went through.
He was literally just walking. That's not Pink Panther though. That was like my show.
My dad, lie to you not. My dad loved the Pink Panther. So much to the point on his flip phone that he still has to this day. The ringtone to that is the theme song to the Pink Panther.
Oh my God.
Like my dad loved the Pink Panther. Like you would have thought that was my father's best friend. Like
that was a good show. Pink Panther was my number one, and then I used to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle. That was my other joint. And then
I could watch
and then Droopy, because Droopy made me laugh. Droopy was just like
the dog.
I was Pink Panther and Woody the Woodpecker.
Mm-mm.
No, I like Pink Panther, Rocky and Bullwinkle, and it was really because of Boris and Natasha. And then Droopy.
I can see that in your personality.
Mm-hmm.
Droopy
I can definitely see Boris and Natasha in you.
I love me some. I watched it for Natasha to just say moose and squirrel. I was here for her. I'm not even gonna lie. And then Droopy because he threw shade. Like he didn't really say.
I can see Droopy in your personality.
Droopy was my guy. Because I would just wait. He always just would. People would be crazy with us. Would be going on around him, and he was like, "I'm gonna wait. Having a bad day. Let me make it worse." I love Droopy. Not that one look better.
So off topic. Favorite cartoon character.
Oh, see, I had a lot.
No. You can have ones that you like, but you got one that stands out that you automatically name.
But that's what I'm saying. For me, it's two. From on the male side, it would be Mickey Mouse. My dad's name is Michael. I'm Michelle. Mickey Mouse was always
a thing for us. Mickey. Your dad's name is not Michael.
His name is Michael, but everybody calls him Mickey. Absolutely. And I was always little Mickey. Like, so Mickey Mouse was just a thing for me. Oh, hush. And outside of that, it was Betty Boo. And that spoke to the dancer in me. It spoke to the princey in me. It spoke to the show person. So it was those two. But I can't not mention Popeye because you couldn't tell me I wasn't strong. So
Siobhan's witnessed this firsthand. How many glasses she broke?
I ate me spinach, okay?
Two
Don't
Cirocs.
come for me. I ate me
I was
spinach.
present for 2 Cirocs. I will say. I didn't
I
even
ate me spinach. Don't come for me.
think that was possible. I said, hey, can you open this? Whoa. You all right? Eric, you okay? You all right? Somebody help you. Are you bleeding? You're not bleeding. So you damaged. You good. Oh, okay. Never mind. Then there was the next one at somebody's birthday. Hey, can you open this? Oh, yeah. We will never ask Michelle to open another bottle of Ciroc. I don't know what you got against Ciroc.
So you don't have to worry about it.
Mine, this is what comes to mind because I really wish I had more time to think. My first thought, I'm just going off first thought. First thought, favorite female character, Susie Carmichael from the Rugrats. Because she was the only one that could check and Susie Carmichael is who I feel that my spirit person, okay? Because she always stood up for the little babies, for Tommy and them. She always stood up for Tommy and them. But she will go to bat against Angelica like, bitch, see me. I was here for Susie. I love Susie when they introduced Susie. Couldn't tell me nothing about Susie. I was here for Susie.
Because they had the only black character, the whitest name.
Susie Carmichael. Listen. She was bougie. She was bougie Susie under all of that, but Angelica could get it. She learned real quick. That ain't the one. Male, my favorite male, I guess, would be, I don't know. I don't think you know what? I realized I didn't really watch a whole lot of cartoons. The cartoons I watched were like really, really inappropriate, probably as a child.
Well, most of us did, but we were also taught to think. That's why we could watch those cartoons. I
don't know. Outside of like the Disney princesses and like Rugrats and stuff, and then like Droopy and like Bullwinkle and all them, I don't really know, but I will say this to the point that was said about me earlier about like Boris and Natasha. I think I always attached to characters that like reminded me of me or that I aspired to be like. And most of them were the intelligent and the strong and like even like down to Droopy, like the quiet who didn't really say much. That was like why a lot of the Hanna-Barbera, like the who was it? The one that talked all the time? Huckleberry Hound and all them got on my thing. They ain't never shut up.
Huckleberry Hound, and then what was the one that exit stage right even?
What's his name? Oh goodness, I can't think of his name.
Snag. It was Snag.
Yes.
Exit stage right even. He reminded me of one of my uncles, so he always made me kind of laugh. But I really couldn't stand Snaggle. I couldn't stand Snaggle, and it wasn't what he said; it was just his tone of voice. Because I had somebody in my family that spoke like that, and I was just like, "Oh boy."
That's how
I don't know. I think my go-to. I mean, they older. My go-to would be Susie Carmichael, and after that, I think any of the guy characters I like. The first one now that's coming to mind is Samurai Jack. But I think another reason that it would be Samurai Jack was the fact he really didn't say much. He went after Yagu. He didn't really say much. He barely talked. But like what he said was so funny because he was like lost in time, and he was trying to figure out like what are the social cues and parameters. I've walked with honor. I don't know. That kind of thing just is funny and cute to me. No, I lied. Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter. It would be Dexter. It took me, I had to go through the Cartoon Network line of my head. Dexter. Dexter Susie. Dexter. Did it?
Oh my God.
It was Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. I love the way he talked. He was extremely intelligent. If anybody who y'all watched this long enough, y'all know I'm here for the smart man. I'm here for the smart. And Dexter was extremely smart and funny. And the weird dude with the big head who liked Dee Dee, his
yes. I can't think of his name, but
I can't think of his name, but he was tall with the big, yeah. where's your sister? Oh, Mike, whatever his name was, he was just I was like, ugh. That was always disgusted by everyone. He was like, ugh, Diddy, oh, mom, oh.
I used to love how Didi used to just take him from 0 to like 5,000.
But I loved them. And then probably after Susie and my runner up will be the Powerpuff Girls. Not Blossom. I liked Buttercup and I liked Bubble. I didn't care for Blossom. But if you know, I never liked the leader of like anything. But I liked Buttercup because I felt relatable to Buttercup. Bubble got on my nerves until that one episode where like somebody like ripped the head off her and picked the girl off. And she was like, I was like, oh snap, oh Bubble. Cause she's hi guys. I was like, oh, she's annoying. And then she went from 0 to 1,000. I said, well, hey, Bubbles.
So I always saw myself as like a Bubbles character until everybody told me, how for you Blossom?
Everybody told me I was Blossom from Jump Street. No, everybody told me I was Buttercup from Jump Street.
Nene was always Buttercup. Like Nene had Buttercup down packed, like no matter what. But I was like, oh, I can be Bubbles. I know I'm the oldest, but I don't want to be Bubbles. And everybody was like, no, you're Blossom. I was like,
I was giving Blossom. My dad came home one day with a Blossom stuffed animal, with a Blossom stuffed doll. And I said, well, how you really feel? He's like, well, I know that you like them. And I'm like, that ain't shame. Did you?
I was like, I don't think I'm that mean. I think I'm a bubbly person. But my supervisor told me that I am, what did she say? I told her, I was like, I'm not nice, I'm mean. And she was like, yeah, but you're bubbly. She was like, I was like, oh, I'm a bubbly mean person. Like, that's what she said. She was like,
I own Buttercup. I will own that. I've been, so basically, y'all, we have been who we are. I've been committed to this personality since I was 12 years old. Like, I've been committed to this personality for 20 years and I ain't gonna.
And I have 50 personalities and I'm committed to all 50 of them, okay? It just depends on the day.
Marsha, yeah.
Right. You know what? I don't even really know. Like, I'm old school. So if I had to go with anybody, it'd be the Whistling Kid from Silverhawks. And I know y'all don't remember the Silverhawks, but it had to be the Whistling Kid because I'm going to tell you, he didn't say shit. He just did. They called him in. He was the youngest of the bunch, but he was a stone cold killer. This dude ain't do nothing but whistle. And whatever the problem was, he'd take out and he went back on his way. And I'm like, that's it right there. I don't have nothing to say to you. Everybody else was like, you stand for the name of justice. And this Whistling Kid was like, look, done. I'm over here chilling. And that's it. So I had to say on the boy side was that. On the girl side, I'm stuck between two, but one's not really a girl. It was a female robot.
Oh.
It was Rosie from off of Richie Rich. Because Rosie did what she was supposed to do. She'd fix it, but then she went and got Richie Rich. And let me tell you what the heck you did wrong. You know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't like the rest of them. Yes, master. Yes, sir. Yes, this. No, she let them know real quick. Like, I'm going to fix this. You messed up.
Off the Jeffersons?
No. Richie Rich. Rosie. Richie.
I don't think I saw that cartoon. I saw the movie.
I saw the movie too. We know he like 28 years older than all of us.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't know.
And then my animal is smuggling. My animal is smuggling. Dick Dastard dog off of Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing animals. Like,
I had to throw that out there.
A character.
I had to throw that out there.
I mean, it's a character.
Smuggling wasn't good or bad. He was just smuggling was like, I'm here. I'm gonna do bad things, but if something happens bad to you, I'm gonna laugh at you too.
That's okay.
Okay, yours was an alien what?
Yeah, mine's tatted on. Marvin the Martian.
Oh yeah.
Marvin the Martian.
I did like Marvin the Martian cartoons. His thing never work out right.
Well,
I mean, they was one of them. He was always going across against that damn bunny that they love so much. You know? Anybody else would have been dead. You know? But you can't. You kill bugs, then what?
until you get a protest.
And just your Mickey Mouse. You kill bugs, kill your Mickey Mouse.
You know, but he was persistent.
I feel like our cartoons had the most persistent villains ever. Like, if we needed to be taught persistence, our villains taught us persistence.
Marvin Martian, Elmer Fudd, because they both.
The Coyote.
Mm-hmm.
Wiley Coyote.
Tasmanian Devil.
My mommy's favorite.
Yeah.
That's my mommy's favorite is Taz. And that's my honorable mention favorite because it's my mommy's
Pepe
favorite.
Le Pew.
Oh, Lord. It was
Pepe Le Pew was like, dude, I'm going to make you
We'll get you arrested. We'll get you arrested. Don't.
It was just an example of persistence.
But Pepe, they banned Pepe cartoons after a while.
And I hate them for doing that.
They banned Pepe. I laughed at Pepe. Pepe made me laugh because he just, and same with Speedy. Speedy made me laugh too because he just, both of them.
Yes. Like we had the persistent, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Tom. No Tom and Jerry. No.
Tom and Jerry.
That cat, nobody was more persistent than that cat.
Yeah, Tom was gonna get it. Anyway.
Tom, Jerry, that cat taught you persistence.
Yeah, he was determined.
That cat was set on fire, slam, nails, like poison, smack. He went through everything.
But that's what I'm saying. If you go back to the OGs, to Rocky and Bullwinkle, Boris and Natasha, every week. They were not giving up that ghost. They were there.
Mm-hmm.
They were there. We will get, every week, we're going to get Moose and Squirrel.
Right.
Do you? It's not going to end that way. But you get that Moose and Squirrel.
Mojo Jojo, you can tell him nothing.
My favorite villain in Powerpuff Girls is him. And it was his voice. It was the voice. Him's voice.
Mojo Jojo is my man.
Like, oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Mojo Jojo is my man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a huge digression.
I blame the husband, though, who always talks about we take digression.
Y'all too. First of all, I asked for a character. Y'all wanted to do men and women. I said a character.
We did a man and a
character
woman.
is singular, correct, Marshall?
We did singulars.
We went to my first, my second, my third, my honorable mention.
Anyway,
when I was 16, it was somebody totally different. We went way over there.
I'm just saying, like when I was little, it was a campaign.
First of all, because they change characters as we get older. They ended cartoons.
Right. You know, we outgrow. Well, I never grew out.
Because if I go to middle school, then I got to go to Daria. Like her cast lineup. Jane would be who I would like.
Doug Funny. Hey Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we're going to say cheers to that.
My clean was better.
Now my clean was better.
Okay, so Far Eastern Shore Winery Lotus. It doesn't have a year, sorry, y'all. With the important stuff, it is 7.5 alcohol by volume because we decided we're going to start telling y'all because y'all need to know. So it says in China, the exotic lychee fruit is considered the king of fruits. Our white wine foundation highlights and complements the sweet, tangy lychee. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but y'all with me. Fruit and finishes with a hint of ripe strawberries, served gently chilled and enjoyed with everything from Asian-inspired dishes to macaroni and cheese. Here's the thing. This here is a light white, not heavy at all, and not acidic, smooth, but there's nothing there. This is definitely good with food because it's not going to get in the way. I can see it with Asian dishes. I can even see it with pasta, something. I won't say heavy. You don't want to do heavy seasoning. This would be good with like a cheese. Your pasta seasoning can't have all the basil and stuff, all the Italian seasonings that people like throw on it moderately if you're going to do this. Because that will just get in the way. It had like, I guess that was the strawberries, but to me it had like a hint of like a melon to it. And I wanted to like it more than I did. Autumn is still it's still their best thing that I've had from them. We've had autumn, winter, and now Lotus. This was better than winter, although much lighter than winter, but not as good as autumn. So me personally, I would give this a 2.75. Like it's a little less than average. I think if you're going to eat this with something cool, it's not something that I would like grab again. It's probably, you know what? This would be really good if you're going to do a wine tail. If you want to just change the color and you want to add a little bit of sweetness. I didn't really get any of the tang, but it definitely has a fruit sweetness, but a light one, like a melon and a couple of strawberries, not like a heavy, you just picked every strawberry off the thing. So that's where I'm at. Where are you at, sir?
I ain't like it.
Oh.
It's too light. It's just too light, and it's too. It's almost like drinking lightly sweetened juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too light. I prefer to taste my alcohol.
So your rating is
I give you a 1.
Wow.
okay.
I mean, maybe it's better with food, but no.
Yeah, on its own.
Okay, well, I don't think I'll be breaking any more bottles anytime soon because I have no strength in my hand any longer. So I'm regular like everybody else. So for this Chardonnay, it says a dry white wine, crisp and fragrant with no oak aging.
Oh, that's a baby Chardonnay.
Mm.
Yeah. And it says excellent with chicken, veal, baked ham, and for what is it? My mouth got tangled up. What did it say? What's that word? Fettuccine?
Yes.
Okay. I always have an issue saying fettuccine. I never say it right. Yes. So.
Okay.
That's just, yeah. I don't know why. Yes, and that's what I was like, this seems like a premature Chardonnay. I feel like this needs to age. It's not bad. It's not buttery, but it is light. Mm-hmm. It does have a crisp to it, which then allots the acidity that you taste, but the acidity is not overbearing, but you know it's there. And it's there because it's light. It doesn't have that Chardonnay for me, because I like stiff Chardonnays. It doesn't have that kick to it. I feel like this might be a good introduction to Chardonnay to someone who was always like, oh no, Chardonnay, I don't like it. You know, it's like a baby step into Chardonnay. I feel like this might be cool to cook with. Yeah, just throw it in something. Throw it in the chini.
Throw it in the chini.
Yeah. I think this might even be good with like I would say a lamb chop, but maybe it might be hit or miss depending on how big or how your lamb chop is seasoned. Put it that.
Well, they did say veal, but what's the ABV on it?
It's 12.5. Yes.
07.
So yeah, you'll get a nice little buzz. My rating on this, keeping in mind it's a baby Chardonnay, it's going to be a 3.25. And I'm giving it the 2.5 only because I feel like, honestly, if this ages just slightly, it would be good. And that's just my opinion. What about you?
Okay. Baby, I need you to pour me some more. I'm going to give this actually a 4. I did enjoy this.
Oh, wow.
So you
because it's a baby, it's not dry. You do get the acidity at the end, but I'm okay with that because you do get the flavors. This would be good if you were making a pasta, if you blended it with some heavy whipping cream to make your sauce. Yeah, it definitely would be awesome.
Okay.
It definitely would be awesome.
Y'all, he done gave a Chardonnay over a
over two, right?
Right.
And I went in
and
here.
it's not prophecy.
I went in here.
Right.
Man, try that.
I went in here with no hopes at all. I seen Chardonnay on the label, and I was like, I don't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that proud note, we are going to thank you for watching this week's episode. We'd like to thank our not so much guests, our OGs, guys, for joining us today to talk about the foes and foes and faux pas?
The manhood and masculinity myths.
Myths, yes, the myths of masculinity and manhood. It has been a wonderful conversation, including digressions.
It took them 20 minutes.
Oh, hush. Be sure to join us each and every Wednesday for more laughs, more fun, and of course, more wine. We go live every last Saturday of the month.
Not this month
though, because we are going live for our 3rd year birthday. We turn treat this year. So follow us on Instagram for that date, the time of the show. We have something very special for you all. And that'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow us at a little something, the number 2, Wine About on IG for the updates on that show and so much more that we have coming up down the line. Y'all, vlogs about to start, wine tastings about to start, and not our wine outs, but the regular ones where we be going places and taste other people's stuff. We gonna get out the house. Okay, we're gonna be outside a little bit. So that season is coming up, so please stay tuned. Follow us, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Join us in the comments below. And remember, as always,
there's nothing wrong with a little wine. Or a lot.
Ta-da! See y'all next week.